Hello and welcome to Waila, part one. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be talking obviously about Waila, and I've also done a bit of building on this map, so it'll give me a good chance to go into even more detail about the ores and some of the blocks that are available in Horizons. So the first thing you notice, what I've actually done is I've moved the Ars Magica thing to the top left. I think this looks better there. And I've also changed the size. One of the interesting things is if you go to the numpad, if you press 0 on the numpad, you'll actually get to the Waila menu. Incidentally, if you you press numlock, you press 0, then you get a marker name, which is what I did. It's why I've actually got a marker on the mini map there. But I'm not going to be going into that too much. That's just an aside. So yeah, if we go into Waila, we can see what we've got here. So if we hide it, we can see no longer we get any tooltip showing up in the middle of the screen. But we probably don't want to do that. We'll go to visible. We can turn some more stuff visible. Let's have a look. There we look. So for instance, in this Ender IO capacitor bank, as it's losing charge very slowly over time, you can see that we're losing. We can see that we get all the information in the box there. We have toggled or maintained. Let's try maintained. Let's see if that does anything different. Doesn't seem too different. I'm sure the difference there is. Let's put it back on toggled. And you can see what we can do is we can change the scale. So for instance, I just put the scale to, well, actually put it on 0.8. But we can see, get this all the way up to 2. And then it's massive. So, yeah, it's a bit too big at that size, I think. But even so, it's still quite cool. But there's also another thing you can do with it. If you go to modules, so we go to Ender IO, we can then change a setting there. So here we go, and you can no longer see that setting. So that's pretty cool. No longer see how much is stored in there. So you can configure for engineer toolbox, and that's a modular thing. I'm going to be checking out some blocks from that. There's a block called the Husher I want to check out in Engineer's Toolbox. I'll be doing that fairly soon. And you can see we've got settings for each of these. So it's obviously got stuff for the. Let's just get a comparator. Let's just have a look. I'm really giving myself too much space around here. Got a bit there. I haven't got any normal blocks to place this on. So there we go, and we can see we can toggle that, and that displays in Waila. So that's pretty cool. Put that back on, so we can see we've got some options there. Show triggering energy, maximum power for buildcraft, stuff in better barrels, better storage. It's better storage and better chests. They're the two mods actually involved. Incidentally, there's actually more mods which I didn't realise, but they do seem to be config options, because I was looking at some of the config options, and there's one doggy talents, and there's one that's concerning dogs, and yeah, there's various options for that. And there's also mariculture as well, I believe I saw, which is not listed in the list in the launcher. And craft heraldry, I believe, also not listed in the launcher list. And there may be, and I think there may even be a couple more besides that as well. So there's a few. For instance, I believe there's a quarry replacement, but it doesn't seem to show up. So maybe some of the mods have been put in, and on this first version of Horizons, I'm going to change that back because that is just too big. So I think about 0.9 might be okay here, and obviously I can change it. I can change it to another part of the screen. Oh, did I not save it? Let's try and save that this time then. No, I still haven't saved it. Scale, that's why. Okay, so the transparency, there's no point in being transparent. Did I save it? Or does it always save? I think it might always save. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but that is actually, in a way, that's not too bad. I think I actually prefer it without the box. So let's leave it without the box. And then let's, so that's there. Let's see if I can, the modules is there, Waila is here. So these seem to be the, yeah, I believe there's also keys for 1, 2, 3, and 4. What am I doing there? Interesting. When I press 3, a lot of the numpad seems to be quite active. And if I press 1, you see I can actually toggle it. That's the marker name. I think I've done a zoom function I didn't mean to do on the map. Oh well, that looks interesting. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is, yeah, like I say, because I'm just starting out on with Horizons, even still, I will go into. I'm going to be going into a lot of detail in a few days on enhanced portals. It's one which I've been working on a lot. I've actually looked up. This is enhanced portals is running on enhanced portals 3, but I've also done a lot of work recently on enhanced portals 2. Researched it, and I'll be looking at that different methods of networking the portals, and perhaps I've been considering doing something similar to what I did in a video called Dimensional Doors Part 2, because I've noticed some interesting correlations between portals, between enhanced portals and dimensional doors, and because in dimensional doors I essentially did build in that part 2 I did build a portal system. It may be quite useful to do something akin to that. So yeah, I'm going to try and get the hang of NEI, because I still don't quite know some of the things about it. But yeah, so what I want to do now is I'm going to go into peaceful mode, which I'm on already. Turn the music on. And what I wanted to do here is go into survival mode. Got my jetpack. Yeah, I've got this bedrock jetpack. In Rotary Craft, you can actually there's actually an item called let's see. Well, there's bedrock gearboxes. Bedrock is actually a key component of Rotary Craft, and you get the bedrock by using this, the bedrock breaker. But as you can see, I've got a lot of blocks here. These have got quite cool icons. So over there we've got the ladder. That's a stone ladder from Tinker's Construct. It doesn't go too well on these Project Red illumination blocks, and I've used them quite extensively through the build I'm about to go through. So we've got the capacitor bank, as I said, that's from Ender.io. This is a reactor core from Reactor Craft. Here we have the inscription table. That's not showing up too well. That's actually showing up very bad indeed, because it's I wonder if perhaps, well, it was showing up better than that before. Let's see what happens if I get rid of Waila for a moment. No, it still doesn't seem to show up very well. But even though I think they actually should, some of these things should already be on there. It may also be because I'm in survival. If I go into creative, it always does that. It's interesting. Yeah, you see, if I actually in creative, you can actually see what's going on. So area of effect, beam, binding, chain, channel, projectile, rune, self, contingency, health, contingency, death, contingency, damage, fire, fall zone, light, lightning, damage, magic, mana drain, mark, night vision, haste, heal. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of so there's all these things there, and you need runes, and there's also 3 different portals. There's a good portal, a neutral portal, a sort of evil sort of portal. Let's go and look at some recipes as well. So I'm going to check that I'm in recipe mode. So let's look at. So these are the Vintium torches. They're very nice torches. They've got some effects there. Here we have a. I've turned it off now, haven't I? So you have a DNA transmutator. Looks like you probably put liquid DNA or something of that sort in there. So we've got the reactor core. Let's look at some ores now, though. We'll look at some more items. Obviously, all these lamps are going to be Project Red illumination. This is Ender Pearl brick, nice brick. I've done a sort of greenish sort of theme. So we've got some metallurgy. There's a lot of metallurgy stuff in here. So let's look at manganese. Let's see what we can do with manganese. So you can see it's fairly standard. We've got the ore, we've got the block, we've got the brick, and we've got the drum from Extra Utilities. We've got the molten version from Extra Tinker's Construct, and then the florb, which is basically just like a source block from Thermal Expansion. And we've got the dust. Okay, so to get an empty florb, we actually do sawdust, slag, and ball of glue. And ball of glue is made in the liquid table from glue. So we can get glue in the fluid transposer, molten pig iron, pig iron, axe head, and the smeltery. So you can see all the Tinker's Constructs nicely done now. Okay, so you just put it into the mold. There's also that blood magic mod, I believe, in this. So yeah, we can make the bricks like that. And what we've got here, phosphorite. So a lot of these are going to be very similar, I'd imagine. So got the phosphorus. And then we've got advanced genetics. It seems to be the cooking mechanism. Oh no, you can use anything actually. Okay, so if we take the phosphorus and some magnesium as well, which is another ore I believe is around, we can make some TNT. Also a match. Okay, so it's another metallurgy item. Okay, so I'm just gonna go around and look at some of the ores. I think I've actually also planted a few blocks around just to. So this is a crystal from Biomes of Plenty. That's not too dissimilar from the Mistcraft crystal. Oh, I can't put it down now, but that's fairly self-explanatory. I'm not going to keep changing modes. I think it'll just take a while. Cubic sensitive dislocator. Probably moves blocks around, you would think. So another one from Ganny's surface. It's nice to have that on the top, and I definitely prefer it without the box. It just looks a little better. Here we can see arcane ore, and this is going to be a one that I'm going to do quite a lot on, I think. because we do arcane, we can see we get all the different arcane scrolls. Fire, thunder, range. I wonder if I can just take one and actually I'm not. I'm not going to. I'm not going to change at all in the modes. That's Arcane Scrolls anyway, and I'll of course be doing individual things for this. Obviously, at the beginning, this is a Waila episode, but at the same time, I also want to do a lot of different stuff. Just to keep looking at these mods in more and more detail, so that when it does come to actually creating the stuff, it feels more organic. So here's an interesting thing. This is a chimerite. We've got chimerite flakes. But you'll notice that we've got both Ars Magica 2 and Rotary Craft. And this theme goes along, seems to, these two mods, Ars Magica 2 and Rotary Craft, there seems to be a heavy level of interaction between the two. So for instance, if we look at something else, Sunstone perhaps. Sunstone from Ars Magica 2. Also, we've got the whole range of the flakes. And yeah, the extractor is a very important item. So there's a different chance of getting these items. So I guess the ore will go to the dust. I mean, that doesn't make it clear in a sense. I would imagine that there's a process going downwards from the dust into the slurry. And slurry goes there. And then the solution goes here. And the flakes. Let's look at the... So yeah, we're going to need the ore first, and then I'm sure it will be not too difficult to make them. But that interaction between Rotary Craft and Ars Magica does go with Sunstone, Moonstone as well is another one that I've found that it's gone with. So there's going to be a heavy interaction between Ars Magica and Rotary Craft. So obviously one's big magic mod, one's a big industrial mod. So that will probably actually be very, very cool. There's the actual extractor itself. If you click on this info button, you can see that there's a whole range of there's actually a nice textbook here, which starts with basic terms like a radian, going around anti-clockwise, of course, and we've got Newton meters, radians per second, angular velocity. So yeah, so there's about yeah, was it 2 pi in a circle? There we go, 2 pi there. So yeah, and then I was actually going clockwise here. So we've got the force going up, distance, torque. Yeah, the fermenter is a very useful item at the beginning. So a thing like an extractor is actually a more complicated thing, whereas in industrial crafts, of course, it's very simple. Tensile strength and shear, of course. So a lot of gears in this game, in this mod rather. I guess that means megapascals. I think it was trying to be fairly accurate. So we've got shaft, flywheel. Okay, so and there's no not like industrial craft, well, early version of industrial craft where there would be internal buffers. It doesn't look like that's the case here. Just from a general cursory look, we've got very different machine tiers going all the way up to, wow, this is so compactor. No, railgun. No. Laser gun, light bridge, and that's just a huge number. This one, that's a yeah, I think 16,777,216 is half that. Yeah, that was about as high a power as I can actually remember learning up to. Which is handy because the last one. Yeah, but I know, yeah, for some reason I know all these powers up to that, almost that exact point. Yeah, I thought, yeah, in fact, I think it is actually that exact point. I think if it was any higher than that, I wouldn't remember it. So we've got the micro turbine. So you just give it a lot of fuel, as far as very little torque, does it for enormous speed. Total output of 2 megawatts. Okay. Okay, so you're constantly fighting against loss from the looks of it. Makes pipes and what? Okay, so it doesn't seem to explode, it just melts. Well, this particular. So you probably need to put in water and lava somehow. Fertilizer. I wonder if I'm actually missing any of these items here. Iron vacuum, filling station. That's similar to MFFS. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is completely written yet. Because there's certainly more items than this. Interesting. It seems when you go to a different section in the booklet, you can actually access different stuff. Ore flakes are the 4th stage output of the extractor. These can be smelted in an ordinary furnace to make ingots of gem of the source of ore's material. Okay, so you just need to look at the requirements. Okay, so it looks like there's a... Okay, you can also enchant some of the machines. That's interesting. So we've got conversion rates between kilowatts and Minecraft joules. Okay. Yeah, and I assume this is referring to Minecraft joules. Okay, that's enough of that. And I'm going to go through the other things, but... Okay, so what else we got? This is a display screen, yeah. It is used to display text on a holographic screen. This is pretty cool. I wonder what that means. Outputs an image. I'm gonna have to look into this a lot more. Okay, so let's carry on. I haven't even really started going through this yet. So we've got this adjustable chest. I believe there's a range of kind of upgrades that we can get for it. So if I just actually I don't. Yeah, I can go here actually. Better, so it's better chests. So there's the adjustable chest. Slot upgrade, cobble gen upgrade. So this is, I believe there's a cobble gen. So it just yeah, it's just like a cobblestone generator. It just you probably need, you know, water and lava and all this stuff. Comparator upgrade. So I guess that makes it a redstone chest or something like that. So yeah, there's a better storage as well. Okay, this looks heavy, almost. Yeah, so this is not going to work with any regular woods. It's going to have to be biomes of plenty woods. Yeah, there's also I wonder if this mob works. No, I'm not sure I've actually got this mob here. Oh, there is there. You know what? I'm not going to make this about the hell count, but I do want to just look at the hell count very, very briefly. So let's do that. No, I'm going to save the hell count actually. Shall I? No, I want it. Hopefully nothing's... So this is the Arcane Scrolls sword. So let's see how it deals with a hell cow. Sorry, what? Alright, I think we're going to leave that then. I want to get into the Hellcow dimension. I know it's possible. I believe it's something to do with this thing. But I'm not sure. That will be enough for another time. So let's keep on looking at the ores. Chimera, or I think I looked at this already. Let's try and make this a bit more seamless than usual. So the block, this is from Chimera. And the gems and flakes. Yeah. Okay, so essence ore, that's from magical crops. So it's in both the overworld and in the nether. Let's look at magical crops very briefly. Get it to come up. Should be able to. There we go. So we can see we've got a lot of cool stuff in it. Nice looking blocks as well in magical crops. So these and you can actually have like plants which are see spider soul crops, but you can also have plants that I believe are literally like these things. Redstone, glowstone, ender seeds, emerald seeds, diamond seeds. And you've got the seed packet. Similar to seed bag in Red Power. I think, anyway. I would imagine it is like that. Where you just put it, just right click and it does a whole area of, obviously, of tilled land. So that's the magical crops. That's a brief description of that. Let's see what we got with aluminum. Again, you can see we've got the rotary stuff. So rotary craft is basically interacting with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of it's a big mod, and the integration is quite a lot. Basically, we got any sort of plugins to this? So yeah. Let's have a look. Go through. I don't want to go through some of these longer ones, but is that available in the vanilla game? You can smelt the netherite to make. Some of these ones are got some strange names to them. There's also something called a volcanic furnace, which I've seen. Yeah, not much else seems to be too clickable. Okay. Calcite now. Let's have a look at this. Again, well, actually, now I think about it, when I looked at Rotary Craft, there's actually Reactor Craft. I think it's actually set up by the same thing. Some of it is actually from the same thing, which I didn't quite realise. There's also Ender Forest, because there's quite an abnormal amount of Ender stuff. There's all these Ender minions and from the Farlanders mod. And there's also a lot of stuff from Manganese mod as well. Better storage, it's got the Ender Backpack, Ender IO, of course. So there's actually quite a lot of yeah, so in fact, this is Ender IO. Machine chassis. So similar, actually, that really reminded me of thermal expansion, actually. And forestry as well, to an extent. You always have the the repeated use of a sort of casing and capacitor. Yeah, there's a lot of types of copper this time. Let's have a look. Well, copper is a good way to look at just how many copper ingot, E-masher, Tinker's construct, thermal expansion, metallurgy base, rotary craft, and another rotary craft one. So redstone furnace. So this is how okay. And again we've got this RF unit, which I'll have to look into. But yeah, all the things in the extractor seem to work exactly the same. But I wonder what these are. Yeah, you can't click on all the arrows. Because obviously in the UI you can click on some arrows. Okay. So yeah, calcite. Not calcite. Calcite. Okay. So we need a certain amount of power to get these things through. Every one of them needs to make tin powder. Force gems? Really? Now these all seem to be rotary craft. So maybe force gems is for dark craft integration as well. No, maybe it'll just... No, it is there. Force gem. Okay. Let's look at what we've got in force here. So I think that the force gems are nothing to do with Darkcraft. Looking at that. Okay. What we've got here, aluminum, more chimerite. Here's a strong box. You can see there's a few different things you can do. You can have to wrench it. You can choose public, restricted, owner only, access. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so we need nether tin or tin from metallurgy, from thermal expansion, or Tinker's construct, or E-masher. So the ore dictionary is very much in use. Okay, we've got some nice pillar blocks. Some nice blocks here though. What we've got here, a dimensional transceiver from Ender.io. Looks pretty cool. Let's do add channel. We do any no, I think we need external other blocks to do anything with it. There's the essence refiner. There is a plugin, I believe, for this. Here's another plugin section. This looks to be an agriculture plugin section. Okay. I'm not going to go too much into that one. And copper. So let's go back to copper. See what we can do with copper ingots, because there's probably a lot. So there's the chests, machine chassis. What can we do with this then? Okay. Okay, so there's integration with Artifice here. Sodalite. I believe that was in GregTech, Sodalite. Yeah, and there's these new random color trees everywhere. They're the stain saplings from Project Red Exploration, which is pretty cool. Control circuit. So we can make a socket remote, hand boiler, redstone wand, interesting. Frecker, yeah, slick water. Yeah, slick water is a very important part of Engineer's Toolbox. And we can see again a different extra utilities Engineer's Toolbox thermal expansion. So there's all these different aggregations of materials supported by different mods, which is pretty cool. Cinnabar, of course. Cinnabar, I never really found that to be particularly useful. So we've got Cinnabar, yeah, thermal, and that's in the thermal expansion Thorncraft kind of crossover thing. Oh, that's what the pulverizer. So I think this whole thing with the thermal expansion is a completely different system now. Because of course it was originally using Buildcraft energy, and now it's not. So we've got Cinnabar and iron gravel ore, or the standard ore. Got 100% chance of a ferrous ingot coming. Okay, and platinum. Got shiny ingot 70 for rich slag. Pentlandite. Pentlandite from E-Masher. It's going to give us the ferrous and also shiny ingots. Any other? So we're seeing a nice integration here. What did I look up the volcanic issue? There's not much. So that is the volcanic furnace. Interesting. Okay. So like I say, I'm not going into too much detail. We're going to go through, see what else we've got here. Here we have torch levers mod. So we can make that sort of a roof kind of thing. That looks pretty cool. Here's Vintium ore from Ars Magica. So that's what I make these torches out of. Vintium's got a little bit more. We've got purified dust. Yeah, so it's a little more. And once again, you can see the support for rotary craft. Very, very cool indeed. Okay, so to make the torch, we can use either a stick or the river cane from Barnes and Plenty. I've seen that, and the bamboo. So more options for different types of stick. These are popular flowers, which are all over the overworld. I've seen those a few already. And again, we've got the same option with the extractor. It reminds me a lot of the coal chunk, compressed cobalt, raw carbon fiber, carbon mesh, all that stuff. Reminds me a bit of that, in a way. Not, I mean, not hugely, but a little bit. Okay, let's see if we've got. So this is what they use in Ars Magica, the redstone inlay. It's like connected texture sort of thing. And this is what lets you spawn all the bosses. I think it's in a bigger circle than that, though. It's similar to the division sigil, which I did in my extra utilities part 1 video. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and the stuff with the quartz has not changed a huge amount. But now you can use that stuff again in the extractor. So yeah, a lot of these things do seem to be pointing towards rotary craft. So, and the Sag Mill as well. Let's just look at the Sag Mill because I didn't look at that before. So the Sag Mill is from Ender.io. It's flint, iron, basic capacitor, and machine chassis. So it's an early game item actually. Some Ender IO. Do I have a... No, I don't really have it though. Oh, well, I've got the Ecstasy Essence Refiner. That was what I was doing before. So put Arcane Ash in there. So we're getting Earth Essence from the Arcane Ash, Dirt, Stone, Obsidian, Earth Essence, Air, Tama Root, Feather. So it's easy to get the Fire Essence. Just need to, if I go to another fortress, Wake Bloom, Water Essence. Alright, so this is just how you get all the different essences in the Essence Refiner. That looks like quite straightforward. Yellow Fluorite, yes. So the Fluorite is all over it. Yeah. See if I can... Spooky Flower, So you see something like Flower is got interesting. It's got Pam's Harvestcraft, Ganny's Nether, and Applied Energistics. Oh, really? Wouldn't have thought it'd be spelled like that, but Fluorite. Maybe I'm not sure about that. Must be. I don't think they would have made a mistake on millions of them. So the gem is from the flakes, which is from the ore. So this literally looks like fuel. I don't think there's anything more to it than just being fuel, really. Quartz I've done. Talked about that inlay. I've talked. There's some chimeric blocks. More fluorite. Salt. Let's just do a quick review of what we can use salt for. Dough, butter, cheese. All the potato soup, mashed potatoes. So these are quite, and obviously you want hearty meal, wholesome. Yeah, it's always a nice item to have though. It's good to have the ore. These are some of the more obscure ones. Medasium, lemurite. So you can see this is a large number of items linked between metallurgy and Tinker's Construct, and yeah, it's obviously used with all the items in the Tinker's Construct arsenal in terms of multi-block structures. Nothing hugely good here. Yeah, you can make regular buckets with a lot of. So we can make buckets out of iron, hepatizen, bronze, angmalin, copper, steel. So steel is Artifice, Tinker's Construct, E-Masher, and Rotary Craft. So there's plenty of different types of steel that you can make, and they all seem to be in the dictionary. Damascus steel is metallurgy. Electrum is metallurgy and thermal expansion. E-Masher. So platinum and shiny ingots are interchangeable. Nether platinum as well from Rotary Craft. A lot of platinum stuff there. Silver is Reactor Craft, E-Masher, Rotary Craft, and thermal expansion. Ignatius and brass are both unique to metallurgy. As a Keraclase and Inolashite. shadow iron, vulcanite, Medasium, shadow steel, Kelindrite, Viroxaries, Sanguinite, maybe linked to blood magic. I wonder if some of it is Amadrine, Adamantine, Quicksilver. Interesting, because obviously that's that Thorncraft or Thermal Expansion. I think it's Thorncraft. Selenegil. How to you see on all these? Yeah, and all these have got their own thing. Let me just go to the end of that actually. No, I can't now. Anyway, no, actually I can. Let me just get to the end of that. I just want to look at all these: Quicksilver, Selenegil, Atlarus, Deep Iron, Promethium, Black Steel, Orichalcum, Astral Silver, Hadaroth, Mithril, Tartarite, Oriclase, Carmo, Examite, and Decichalcos. Yeah, they're not too exciting really. You just have to look at the stats page for all the different things they do. Here's a glow box, a sort of another type of lamp. Some sort of smelting machine. The centrifuge, arcane reconstructor, Ars Magic 2. Haven't used them yet. You can see some of these ores, some of the metallurgy ores in the Nether seem to have some sort of particle effect. I'm not sure what that's about. What is this? More fluorite. And yeah, I mean, one other thing I can do also is just look at gold, for instance. I mean, what can you do with gold? Probably a lot, you would think. Gold flakes. So you can see all the things you can do with gold. Arcane ward. Arcane stone. So these are some of the items. Arcane pouch, arcane stone. How do you make the arcane stone? I'm not sure how you make the arcane stone. That's not going. Arcane tome. Be looking at that. Okay, what about diamond then? Let's try diamond. Just a regular diamond. Which is a regular diamond? Let me just leave it for a second. Actually, yeah, there's one way I can do it. I can just go here. Arcane blade. Diamond scythe. Filtering hopper. Dense lava cell. Baseball bat, which has got knockback books in it. Interesting. Let me just. Yes, you have to put fire in there. How would you get fire? Nether quartz. Yeah, but there's actually recipes in it now. That's interesting. So you put. Oh, you actually have to use that. Interesting. Infinite water source. Bitumen ore. So look at that. I don't think we've come across that one yet. Medasium. Alloy smelter. So used to make a few other items. Not the most exciting item though. We have some flower stems, a nice texture on those. Coal, how about coal? Oculus. Sharpening kit from Artifice, interesting. Coal seeds. So you see, you combine that with the weak magical essence, interesting. That is a very... Oh, I see. Interesting. Let's see what else we got in here. Malachite ore. Let's see what we can do with some of these biomes. Of plenty of stuff. Probably not much. Oh, this is how you make the ancient staff. I see. What can redstone be used for? Horselizer. Interesting. There's actually a thing to analyze horses. Yeah, because there is a way that you can get that. You can just get a skeleton horse, undead horse, and like the most powerful horse in Manganese. I think that's in Manganese. Cyan stone. There's the Tinker's Mech Works. There's the advanced genetics. That's how you make the inlay. Vintium dust surrounded by redstone. There's the pipes for mixed utilities. Ender receptor. Some pretty good connection. Good way to connect it with the wireless redstone. Layer core. That's some random things. I haven't spoken much about random things. There's not much to speak about. I don't see wooden armor in random things. Maybe I saw that. There's the Rether pearls. Is that Rether? Yeah. There's the applied logistics. There's the reception coils and transmission coils. Conductance, transmission, reception, yeah. There's the reinforced. Oh no, illuminator frame. Looks like it, illuminator frame, yeah. Red iron compound. Okay. Let's move on. Let's try going down here. Oh, here we are. Witch's oven. This is another item. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Witchery actually, which I haven't really spoken about yet. Let's look at that. Some diviners. Voodoo protection puppet. Bloody wicker bundle. Dandelion of Thor. So they've changed these flowers. Put some new stuff on there. Poppet shelf. Chalice. We've got some more wood. Rowan wood, alderwood and hawthorn. As well as planks and leaves for each of those, and slabs and stairs. The altar. Take some of the rowan wood, exhale the horned one, water bottle, breath of the goddess. These put the saplings in there and cook them up. So fairly simple cooking mechanism it looks like for that. Let's look at cadmium. That's cool. Similar sort of thing. Silver is in thermal expansion. Let's put that in. Should be quite a lot of silver, I think. Silver ingot. So we've got silver from E-Masher, Reactor Craft, Thermal Expansion, Metallurgy, Nether Silver. I'm surprised actually that silver, astral silver, quicksilver. There's a lot of types of silver, aren't there? Again with this linkage with the better storage. And also some weapons as well. And armor. Okay. Topaz rather. So we've got topaz, biomes of plenty, rotary craft, and of course, no, there's not actually, is there? Yeah, a lot of this is just to make the ancient staff there. These are all quite formulaic. Okay. Zinc. So again, we've got the drums. Rotorcraft drum. Not much use for the zinc, apart from bricks, blocks, and chests. How about iron? So there's the pig iron. How do you make the pig iron? I'll have to look that one up. There we go. That's what I wanted. Hoppers, doors, bucket, weapons, amethyst weapons, dislocator. There's the infinite water source. You need an infinite bucket. How do you make an infinite bucket? Full. Interesting recipe, that one. Yeah, more stuff. Pam stuff. Scraper, advanced genetics. Diamond breaker. So it looks like it's an upgrade for the block breaker in random things. Because I know that adds to block breaker. It's not in Project Red. Advanced genetic stuff. The brewer. Okay, here there's a processor. I wonder what the processor is used for. That's always a good one to check. No, not for that. Furnace with wood and bricks. Doesn't seem to do anything though. What was that? Keystone. Oh yeah, this is construction from Artifice. There's all this scaffolding. It's Artifice's domain now. Some weapons as well in Artifice. Dive kit. Some kind of lock. Better storage. Turbine, gas turbine generator, fan, fracker. Any PSU seems to be a regular item here. Galena, lead, nether lead, copper. Filling cabinet, conveyor belt. Portal scanner, dolly. Really? Interesting. Mint storage. Another book. I've got that book. Look at that little fish. So they like the attuned stone, which is from lava, diamond, and a whiff of magic. Which you get by putting a rowan sapling in clay jar. I suppose it's just clay, isn't it? Yeah. Craft pad. Need a recipe chip for that. Okay. There's all the storage for applying logistics, applying logistics, applying logistics, applying logistics, applying logistics, down expansion. Motor in Project Red, interesting. Iron coil, red iron compound, sickle, yeah. Switch. 4 switches there. So, what now? Oh yeah, there's lanterns as well. These are planks from the engineer's toolbox. Quite cool planks, those ones, I like them. Essence or potash. I haven't come across that one. Not much. Some of these are very, very. Oh no, it makes fertilizer though, along with magnesium. Magnesium seems to be quite important. I don't think I'd have to find magnesium ore there. I think I haven't really found any of that. Okay, that's not the way. That's going to be a mine shaft. I may do something else in future. Cadmium I've looked at. Indium I don't think I've looked at. So silver. Really? I think maybe that's incorrect. That's not telling me much. Some of these things need, because there's so many. I guess because there's so much in it. This stuff will get fleshed out once. I guess once it starts becoming a bit more kind of key. These are cage lamps, which were red power as well. There's a bit more here. What was down here? I think I did something down here as well. Oh no, I've been here already. That was a poppet shelf. Not too much here, I don't think. Lapis. I wonder what lapis can be used for now. Quite a lot. The clay. Oh yeah, it's vanilla. So that was available in 164. The glow boxes require lapis. Bluestone. So there's going to be stones. That Manganese looks like it's going to incorporate stones from all different colours of wool. Blank module. That's bound to be important. Tank interface. Filter pipe. So lapis is actually is actually quite useful. It's certainly a. Oh. That is very interesting. Alright, well I missed the last page, I know, but it's only one page. Oh yeah, these things. So marble is artifice. Some of these things, some of this is not there. Ferrous. Silver, is that? No, that's aluminum. Do I have anything down here? So that was there. Let me just check I've got nothing around the other way. Or is that literally just... Yeah, it's just back there. Alright. So there's the infinite water source. And yeah, I think I probably... oh, there's an extractor here. I did that. And I think I've done everything really now. I've looked through this whole area. I've tried to sort of cover as much as I can about the mods. Of course, there will be more stuff to come. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be more stuff to come, of course. But yeah, I think until I may even also use this. May actually become. I'm tempted to make this a proper base. I've actually because I've done a little bit of work already. Obviously, it depends on if there's updates and stuff. But then again, it doesn't necessarily mean I'll go to the updates straight away. I probably will look at them, but it's nice to have a world anyway like this. Oh yeah, I didn't mention these things. The essence berry bushes. Let's just do that. Oh yeah, and I'm going to finish off looking at the books as well. That's what I wanted to do. So iron ore, berry gold ore, berry tin, ore, aluminum, essence berry bush. Berry bush from Biomes of Plenty as well. Alright, so let's just go. We're going to end the video now by just very briefly going through these things. The rotary craft I spent enough time on already, so I won't do that one. So here's the Arcane Scrolls. You can see you only get one. All the stuff is locked to start off with. So yeah, there's not much I can say about that really. Spellbook, you can see that I get this thing appearing in the top left-hand corner. Did Waila just turn itself off? I think it did. Compendium. This is the proper. This is like the whole book with it. So there's a lot you can look through this book. I'll look at this book. So yeah, let me just go through the. So we see the bosses. Alright, so I'm not going to go through that. And Thaumanomicon, of course, it's got more tabs now. It's actually got an Artifice tab. That is very interesting. Hungry Chest. That was from Thorncraft 2, I think. And I've got it back again. Maybe I just wasn't looking at anything. So yeah, there's not much more I can do in this area. I think I may even have more of a base. I spent a few hours on it to try to get a bit of a feel for this. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. So until next time, I'm going to be going through each of the mods in more detail, I think, afterwards. But yeah, that's it.